for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, it's been busy day. It's been busy day.
Although, spooky season among us.
Uh-huh.
Stranger came in our house, wanted to say, she was like, I want to shop in their house. I want to shop in their house.
I was impressed by our spoopy house.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is envious.
Yeah. She was another, it's like how Christmas people get their shit all time, all year round.
Uh-huh.
Fuck that. It's the spooky people's turn.
We're just the spoopy people.
We want it all year round.
We're just the spoopy people. Yeah. See, that's the thing about being goth. We get to do this 24/7.
All year round.
And that's what I tell people when we're shopping. This is houseware season.
Yeah. Every goth is like that. It's like, this is the only time you can find good shit.
It is. It truly is. And so you had to go and you had to try to. That's why we do the stalking Halloween. Because some of those places, they never know. It's like TJ Maxx. Of course, I'm shopped out. My birthday money's is gone.
Yeah.
But as far as they got trucks every week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like as far as it puts it's time and gas monies to even get to a TJ Maxx near us.
Yeah. I mean, that's an hour and a half drive.
Yeah. So it's a matter of having to, they're talking about pinching pennies. Oh, no, I make those bitches scream. Because we have to. But within that...
Make them scream.
It is a matter of us getting... And I have to, because it's a difference between a want and a need. Can I truly use this and enjoy it or, whatever.
Right.
And with the coffee mug collection, I do need to call the herd. I do. Just because the limited space in our counters, because my God, it has become a vast collection.
Yeah.
But some of them can be put downstairs.
Yeah.
And then we could leave space for new ones.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And the whole house will soon be one big coffee cup museum.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
I don't want to step someplace and something break and me be responsible for it.
You've broken them before and I've not gotten too horribly upset. Not too horribly.
Too horribly is the key word. I don't want any upset.
It happens. It's glassware. The best you can do from time to time, there are accidents. And it's just one of those that if a handle breaks off or whatever, you can always put a plant in it.
Yeah.
So it's repurposing it. It's not that horrible. I mean, it's sad.
Now, you talk about derailing. Now I've been derailed.
Well, as far as the lady coming in and being impressed with the house.
I was actually going to go into what Lowe's had, but...
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe we can get down that way one more time before remember, it's September. It's still the 1st of September. So we've got a minute. But what we do is...
There's more stuff out.
Oh, yeah. Because for the normies, it's still too early.
Fuck them. They got the Christmas in July shit. They were wanting to start it early too. No. These are the same people that keep up their tree 24/7 all year round, 365 days a year.
If that's what they want to do, that is perfectly fine.
Don't invade on other people. Well, don't force it upon other people.
That is retail. Retail is just ruthless, and it's like, if people are looking to buy, they're going to have the goods out there for them to buy. That's retail. Yeah.
There's such a thing as overconsumption.
Yes. That's up to the individual to have some self-control. And
Keep your
another
Christmas shit to your Christmas self.
Another high shopping day is the day it's November 1st.
Yeah.
And
it is
my God, I'll tell you something. On some of those things, I have seen some of that shit. It's almost Black Friday quality. And in some places, there's nothing left.
Yeah, that is true. Because it's just all the spooky people. It's the only time they get anything. The other people, they have difficulty getting rid of their Christmas shit.
Well, that's on them. I don't think that they have problems getting rid of all this spoopy stuff, except for costumes, and the costumes are just,
Compare and contrast.
Yeah.
How much Christmas shit is left over versus Halloween stuff.
Right. Because now the spoopy peoples, they go in and it's just like, they will snag up everything. Mm-hmm. Every little piece of grease paint from...
I don't think... Well, every cheap
that stuff
wig...
will just make you itch. It will make you itch.
Every premium synthetic wig for $20. Every single one for 90% off.
But now, as far as houseware things, like I said, that's... I found the cutest little gnome. They were square. They're dessert... dishes, and there's the Mailback, really good, heavy plastic, and they have little spoopy Halloween gnomes.
They do.
They are adorable. I found those last year, and I love them. I truly do. I need to order some more of the skull-shaped spoons.
You got
now
collection.
I found those they're on Amazon, I think, now.
Y'all saw the collection. If you watched the video of the haul, she showed you the collection of gnomes.
I love the gnomes. I do. Little Halloween gnomes. But now, some of the things, they actually have had better offerings this year than in some of the years past.
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff was just like, ew. But that pastel pink bullshit down there at TJ Maxx, no.
Well.
No. They can have that. They can have that and all of the Hello Kitty and the Hell Kitty and...
Kitty. There's punk Hello Kitty.
Anyhow.
Bratz, pretty and punk.
Oh, God.
Except they actually look fucking cool. They look more goth than punk, but...
Well, that's okay, too. But... we actually have a story, and we're recording this. The reason that I've had to start telling the dates that we're recording, because some of these things are timely.
Yeah.
And it is the season that we're in where somebody could go back and go, okay, I remember her saying that it was this date. And remember, we record the night before on these things.
Yeah, we do.
It is September the 7th of 2024. And from Daily Mail... police across the United States have been given a UFO handbook.
They've been given a UFO handbook.
And this is by Rob Waugh, W-A-U-G-H, Waugh. And was also from September the 7th, 2024. It says, police chiefs of America's largest cities have published the first guide about UAPs, which details chilling encounters and how officers can report such incidents. The 11-page document warned that unidentified flying objects pose significant safety risk to law enforcement air support units, urging teams to be vigilant when in helicopters.
Oh, that's important, but y'all couldn't stop weather balloons? Mm-hmm. Multiple flying over the country?
Right, the entire country. The entire damn country. The report also highlights stories from officers who claim to confront UFOs, specifically one in 2023 where a law employee saw a triangle craft with green lights gliding through the sky before a local resident said something ran nearby. The police executives created the reference because it's in the interest of law enforcement to be aware of trends and reporting on UAP due to the unknown threat they may pose. Well, think about it. They had the thing at the, was it Miami Mall
Miami.
recently?
Yeah, Miami, Florida.
Uh-huh.
Where
Where
apparently
they
they
were talking about
saw them on the ground. It was not in the sky. It was on ground.
Right, in the mall.
Yeah.
And then you had, I think it was in Las Vegas, that you had called in the report, the family, that they had them in the backyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's been experts look at that video footage. These people were not, this was not make-believe. And so the cops, you know, they do need to know, how do we deal with this shit? It says the organization called Major Cities Chiefs Association includes nearly 80 executives from major U.S. cities who work together to advance public safety through a range of initiatives, including community outreach, research and policy development, and now UFO investigations. The guide, released in June, also includes details from America's investigations into UFO encounters, as well as the testimony of whistleblowers such as former United States Air Force officer and intelligence official David Grush.
Ooh!
So they're serious about this. And it says one article shared the U.S. Congress UAP hearing held in 2023, which saw Grush testify about his knowledge about aircraft with non-human origins. The report provided other articles about the U.S. government and its potential link to alien life. Because when I first read this, I thought, okay, well, maybe they're worried about spy drones or something like that. No, it's just like, yeah, real deal extraterrestrials or interdimensionals or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It says a section includes links to various UAP reporting websites urging officers to report any bizarre sightings. That's new, because usually it was you saw something, no you didn't. It's like, just shut up about it. Don't talk about it.
Yeah, now they're forced to say something.
Now they're encouraged to. Yeah, it says, more interesting, the pages detail first-person stories from police officers who encountered unknown spacecraft while out in the field. An officer patrolling Blairsville, Georgia in November 2023 claimed to have witnessed green lights in the sky. And it said the officer's report stated, quote, I am a police officer and deputy sheriff. While on duty after dark, near the top of my windshield frame of view, I witnessed movement in the sky, southbound direction of view. Upon concentrating my focus, viewing through the low light, I was able to make out a triangle craft with 3 dim green lights per side, just bright enough to assess size, shape, and movement. The officer said he lost sight of the craft quickly due to trees and was unable to hear anything due to being inside his vehicle. And the inside of a cop car is always loud.
Yeah.
He said, further stated, I am privy to what helicopters and airplanes look like in the sky, frequently working alongside medical flight crews in the area and where nearby airports are, making me somewhat familiar with common areas of the sky in which low air travel is common. This was unlike anything I had ever witnessed. Yeah.
That's incredible.
It
says, we got aliens possibly coming, whatever they are.
Within an hour of the sighting, the officer responded to a call from a homeowner in the same direction the object was traveling, reporting something running outside of his home, which did not sound like an animal. Oh, shit.
Oh, we got aliens, man.
Another encounter happened in Harper Woods, Michigan of 2020, which included 2 officers who witnessed 3 mysterious objects in the sky before they blinked out of existence. An officer wrote, quote, at approximately 6 a.m., myself and a fellow officer were standing in a parking lot of a church talking before the end of our shift. I was looking towards the southwest and at the moon when I glanced towards the southeast. I saw 3 objects in the southeast sky and pointed towards them. The objects appeared to drift towards the east, maintaining the equal distance. As we watched the objects, they appeared to blink out of our vision, end quote. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Other reports in the guide recount civilian sightings of police helicopters allegedly pursuing UFOs. In one encounter in Austin, Texas, a civilian wrote, quote, "When I walked out front door, saw triangle craft with white lights illuminated on each corner, being closely followed by police helicopter traveling south near 620 highway or freeway. Thought I was seeing things, but checked again and was not, hoping that others may corroborate." End quote. I always hated that word. It's a very difficult word for me to say.
Corroborate.
Another incident occurred in Winnipeg, Canada, where a civilian reported seeing a police helicopter being chased by an unknown craft. And this, the statement read, quote, "While sitting in my hot tub in my backyard, I heard the familiar sound of the police chopper passing over the city. After it passed over our house, it made a few circles to the south of our location, and after a few course adjustments, headed north at a higher rate of speed. About 10 seconds later, two lights with the same relative brightness of the background stars traveled parallel and at a constant rate of speed." End quote. And it says Nigel Watson, author of Captured by Aliens, A History and Analysis of American Abduction Claims, told DailyMail.com that the guide is very handy for law enforcement officers. And he said, quote, "The short history of the study of UAPs and the links to organizations where sightings can be reported is very helpful. For me, the references to the ex-government whistleblowers David Grush and Louis Elizondo is superfluous, as they have only repeated rumors that have been circulated for years without any substantial evidence." And I totally disagree with that. Although it notes numerous official studies, it does not mention the fact that the U.S. Project Blue Book closed due to their finding such research is of no scientific value. The projects have also found it very difficult to uncover any real evidence of non-terrestrial craft. The guide also lacks any reference to skeptical websites and blogs that would give a more balanced view of the subject and counteract the wilder stories like the alleged Roswell crash of 1947. Certainly, there is now a case to be made with the terrestrial UAPs do pose a threat to air safety and national security, but as with this guide, it gets mixed with the science fiction rumors of remarkable non-terrestrial vehicles that have little credibility, end quote. And let me go back and see who this asshole's name was. Nigel. Well, somebody named Nigel you would expect, yeah. Because there's always one. There's always one. And now we need to go back and remember that the government, it has admitted to having people that would spread disinformation about UFOs and UAPs.
Mm-hmm. Purposefully.
It's documented.
Yes.
It's well documented. So they issue this book to cops. You don't do that just on a lark. You don't do that for shits and giggles.
Mm-mm.
And then you've got Nigel. If your name's Nigel, I do apologize. That's sitting here and he is going to be, you know, the fly in the ointment. Oh, it's just a weather balloon. There have been too many people. And for Grush and these other guys to testify before Congress, where the fuck was Nigel?
You know, that's a good question. He was nowhere to be seen.
I mean, he's sitting there,
just sitting on the background.
His little skeptical book on whatever, which Daily Mail, gee, appreciate you advertising for the asshole. No. These people need to understand how to file these reports, where these reports need to be filed, how to deal with the possibility of seeing the aliens, if it is a non-human whatever, and or UFOs, UAPs, which may or may not be man-made. The things that we have seen as far as videos of, there's no way in hell that anything on this earth could replicate that.
Yeah.
We don't have the technology.
No.
And because one of the reasons they've had to give the handbook out to the cops is because the public, they can't do this, oh, it was a weather balloon, anymore, because they can automatically upload the shit to social media and for the world to see. They can't spin this stuff the way that they used to could.
Right.
And it wasn't no damn owl. It's never fucking owls.
It's not a fucking owl.
That's like what they're
not an owl.
Oh, that someone so it was an owl. No. These people.
Not an owl.
They know what they saw. They got to that woman.
No, they full on replaced her.
That is not the same human being.
No, they full on replaced her.
That or they did some kind of brain chip or something. She's very strangely sedate.
Yeah.
I mean, Stepford wife sedate.
Yeah.
But when she saw whatever she saw in that airplane, and she felt that her life was at risk, and that everybody else's life was at risk. Nobody is going to do that, especially if they have some kind of career that they would like to keep. That was not just for views and clicks and whatever. That woman was freaked out.
Oh, yeah. She was terrified.
She totally was terrified. You could tell that even as far as the pitch of her voice.
Yeah.
Because when somebody is escalated, their speech usually becomes more rapid and it becomes higher.
Panic.
Yeah.
It's
like
like
that is a
full on
panic response.
adrenaline.
And now she is, like I said, remarkably suspectly sedate.
That motherfucker is not real.
Yeah.
Not real.
Yeah, she saw something.
Like we're about to see stuff.
Very well could be.
Loves
but it's
it.
interesting that especially for some of these large cities, that's where this handbook is going.
Go hide in the basement.
Well, since we're not in a large city nor anywhere near one, I don't know that we would have to, be as aware. But do I, and them going, oh, Project Blue Book was closed. Oh, you dumbass. Who expects the government to tell them the truth? Honestly, does anybody expect to get a straight answer from them? If you do, let me know. We got some swampland that we could sell. So, but now as
get
far
out of the
as
swamp. Get out of my
Project
swamp.
Blue Beam, and that has been trotted around for a very long time, and that is the possibility of a fake alien invasion.
Have they successfully replicated UFO technology?
We don't know. See, that was what Bob Lazar was working on as far as the reverse engineering. So there is the possibility that some of this stuff was developed, that some of it actually is government. We don't know. But there's a lot of it that, no. Because if it was government with as much shit as going on as worldwide conflict, wouldn't you have trotted some of that stuff out and used it?
Yeah.
Because that could squash a whole lot of conflict very quickly. Of course, they don't.
They got
big
lasers
business.
up in the sky.
Yeah. That's what's concerning, is that this is disclosure, the incoming of disclosure as far as these beings. Some say they have been here since the beginning. I have a tendency to believe that because, even since the creation of man, there were things here. The Watchers were supposed to watch mankind. Okay?
Yeah. Where have they been?
And that's as far as the fallen ones, that they didn't do their job. They decided to come down and start experimenting on the humans.
Where's the new Watchers?
We don't know. That's the thing.
Or have they been told to stand down for a bit?
They have
up
been
until
told to.
recently.
Well, as far as the forces of good have been told to stand down until the appointed time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, did some shit. Ain't this some shit? Final thoughts, kid.
Were you about to see aliens? Or fake aliens?
Just assume not. I know that Eli Marzulli, he was talking about because God delivered him out of the occult also. And that there for a while, he was like, I want to see an angel, I want to see an angel, I want to see an angel. And because new believers and wanting to see supernatural beings and different things like that. And that years later, it was after he'd learned more and it spoke to his heart, if you want to see an angel, turn to the left or the right. And he's like, nope. And he literally put his hand up like blinders. And he'll tell you, anytime in Scripture that people had encounters with these beings, it usually caused them to sort of pass out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good. I've seen a lot of stuff. But as far as something like that, no, I'm good. Leave me in my little podling ignorance.
Like, in what way pass out? Like, just faint?
Face plant. Yeah.
Full on fainting, face plant shit.
Mm-hmm. Go back in Scripture and look.
Do they die
No.
of fright?
No.
Okay, so then I'm good.
No.
I'm good. I'll gladly pass out due to
what
fright,
was
but I
it?
won't
It was
die.
always fear not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with the angels, if it's the actual angels about to come down in like spaceships and shit like that, sure.
We don't know. We don't know how this works.
We don't. I mean, this is some shit beyond our scope of actual comprehension or knowledge.
It is.
And maybe if we were fed this knowledge beforehand, you know, we would be able to accept it more, but because we are...
If we had been fed this knowledge beforehand on some of these things, we wouldn't be in the shit show that we're in right now.
Right.
And that's just like the book that I had ordered that came today under somebody's recommendation. It's, Graham Hancock has talked about we are a species with amnesia.
Because the enemy has tried to get us to forget.
Yes. And so it was Janice Phillips that had told me about this book, and I cannot pronounce the man's name. It's Emmanuel Velikovsky, Velikovsky. And she said that Graham Hancock had gotten that phrase from this man. And he had written quite a few books. And I asked her, I'm like, because she had read them all. And I'm like, which one do I start with? And she said, Worlds in Collision. So just a little light reading. Just probably like everything else, it's sit there at the end of the couch until I have a chance to be able to focus on it.
Uh-huh.
Do I believe that there were civilizations way before? Yes, I do, because there's evidence for that. There's archaeological evidence for it.
How could there not be?
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's just this is the world right now. This is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
And I know that there's been quite a few people that I listen to that have been talking about some of these next couple of months. I remember, Palmer saying that the world would be unrecognizable. I don't think he meant like nuclear or anything like that. I think he was just talking about
different. What did you think he was talking about?
As far as revelation knowledge.
Revelation knowledge. Okay.
Do you remember the movie They Live? About the sunglasses?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So that's what's
when he put the sunglasses on, he was able to actually see the control, the manipulation, the ones that were doing the controlling.
Yeah. So that's...
I think that was more what he was alluding to.
Okay. That's
So,
incredible. If
yeah, stock up on potatoes.
You know what?
I don't think lizards eat potatoes.
I should have saved up for that damn pool.
Why?
Grounding. Water.
Okay.
Water sign.
You've got a bathtub in there.
It's not the same.
Oh, God.
I'm crowded in
He
that.
has wanted to complain. Oh, God, he's wanted to complain.
I'm crowded in
today.
that tub. I need something like L floated in, just a giant pool of salt water.
Well, that would be nice. Final thoughts?
Aliens. We about to see aliens, man.
Possibly.
I had that dream.
Yeah.
Parked itself right in our front yard.
I'd rather not.
At least it was a smaller one than the one that came overhead.
I mean, we think about the movie Signs, which has been, I love that movie. That's one that every time I watch it, I find something more incredible about it. And so it's a matter of being in constant prayer.
There's a lot of knowledge in that movie.
That was what Marzulli was talking about as far as the Great Deception. There's been quite a few people, some of them consider them fringe Christianity, that has been talking about this because it does talk about it in Scripture. And he said it was a matter of rebuking and binding. These things are not our friends. So I'm going to trust him.
Okay.
If it's from God, you can't rebuke and bind it.
No.
You know? I would rather err on the side of caution.
Yeah.
But that's just me. If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, tinfoil hats, Project Bluebeam possibly incoming.
Aliens.
Put that down in the comment section.
Question: how does Project Bluebeam work if that's just for
holograms? Or they've got technology that we can't even fathom.
Are they going to teleport it like right in our yard, like the holograms?
I don't think that, like I said, remember, this handbook is for people in these cities.
Right.
Now, if you've got, like that commercial, that Martin Scorsese commercial that was back at the Super Bowl, where were the UFOs? They were over these cities.
That's true.
Now, if you've got these things that appear, what's going to happen?
I mean, mass panic.
Absolutely.
So that's what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's what the dream was.
Don't know. But anyhow, you can always email us cupofcoffeewithscream at gmail.com. Yeah. Do your
I don't know
spiel.
what the fuck was If you like this video, subscribe, comment, like, share. Check her out on BitChute, Rumble, YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter, Rolanda, COCWS.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Have a good.
Know that you are loved.
Mm-hmm.
Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Let us be in constant prayer for each other, for ourselves, crying out for mercy. That's usually my prayer. It's just, help us, help us, help us. A whole lot of that.
Yeah.
And
It's fun.
yeah, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.